Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, we got a special spicy one here for you. Yeah, it's Tosin Abasi again, because he made a new guitar with Cordoba, and we only looked at him playing one of his pieces with it, but we have a 14-minute interview here posted on Guitar World and Cordoba Guitars. So, I think it might be interesting to just hear him talk about his creation a little bit. I mean, you guys know how I feel about it already. Cordoba this, Cordoba that. I didn't see any Cordoba stand at the guitar festival I went to. Hey, maybe there'll be one in Columbus, Georgia. We'll see. That's confirmed, by the way. I'm going to Columbus, Georgia. I might be there right now. So, that's what we're getting into. By the way, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am an award-winning competitive classical guitarist here on YouTube. And what does it mean to be an award-winning competitive classical guitarist here on YouTube? I'm not going to say that every single time. I'm still just a classical guitarist. I gotta milk it a little bit though, just a couple more times I'll say that. It means that you compete, and it means that you win awards. So boom, what's up? Hey, we're gonna learn a little bit more about the Abasi Cordoba crossover 7-string multi-scale nylon string guitar, because that's that's kind of relevant to me as a classical guitarist. Can you thump it? Maybe that's a question we can ask ourselves before getting into this. This 7-string nylon guitar changes everything. I would have all capsed everything personally. I literally just had a video title that was just that. Tosin Abasi explains. This is Sore Hands Explains. We're watching Tosin Abasi. All right.
Ever wonder why so many people say they want to learn guitar, but very few actually learn to play?
What does that mean? What does it mean to learn to play guitar? What exactly are we talking about there? I mean, if you just walk up to a guitar and strum it, like you are playing the guitar. You're not playing it purposefully, of course, but I don't know. What are you trying to say right now? I just got so many questions.
Too many people try to learn with YouTube videos, and guess what? It doesn't work.
Yeah, YouTube videos are stupid. What are you watching, YouTube videos, you freaking dummy?
There are millions of free guitar videos, so what's the problem? They don't teach.
Dude, YouTube's not a place to learn guitar. YouTube is a place to be a douchebag to other guitarists and to make fun of them. And that's really what YouTube is about. Really bad guitar lesson. I don't even know how to play. Posted by some guy. Sore Hands, perhaps. Excellent ratio on that bad video. I think I've reacted to this video like 5 times throughout my Sore Hands career.
The right way to play, so even after a ton of practice...
And we're still going through the whole thing. I don't care.
Beginners pick up on bad techniques that are hard to correct later on.
If only there was a solution to that. Like, I don't know, getting a guitar teacher. Whoa. I talk about that a lot.
Spend all your time searching for videos and getting frustrated.
To be fair, there's not going to be a lesson plan when you get a guitar teacher either. That's not really how that works. I remember when I taught on OutSchool a lot, and I would have to interact with parents. I don't teach guitar anymore. That used to be my full-time job, and I would teach on OutSchool, and I had to deal with a lot of parents, and they would always ask me, like, so what's the lesson plan? Send me, like, one email for one parent that's a detailed lesson plan. And it's like, no. After the first 10 lessons, there is no lesson plan. It's more of just like a mentorship, Like, they're going to practice, and then I'm going to listen to them, and then I'm going to tell them how they can improve, and then they go and practice again. I don't know. I probably shouldn't even be saying any of this. Hey, there's a skip button. I think we should click on that.
I was like, man, this thing is like...
Dude, Tosin has been working out. Oh my god, dude. His freaking forearm is crazy. He's a jacked man. Look at him. He looks like The Rock in that freaking turtleneck, dude.
I was like, man, this thing is like great. It just needs an extra string.
You played an electric nylon guitar and you're like, this thing is great. I don't think I've ever had that thought. Ever. I'm always like, these things suck. This feels and sounds terrible.
My dream classical guitar.
Dream bigger. Seriously? Not an original Hauser or Smallman or something? Like, that's your dream classical guitar? I gotta say, it must be nice. It is a lot cheaper. Sounds infinitely worse. By the way, if you don't know my grievances, first off, this is a Cordoba guitar, which I don't like Cordoba because they're just kind of cheap classical instruments. They're good for entry level and intermediate, but what I really don't like about Cordoba is that they make, like, high-end instruments for money that is absurd for a factory-made guitar. Like, for example, Cordoba sells luthier series guitars that are like $4,000. Like, let me look this up. Cordoba, like, Frederick, I think? Yeah, the Cordoba Frederick thing. Dude, freaking $3,500. Just to give you an idea, those guitars that I was playing in Alabama in that vlog, go and watch it, by the way, he would hand me guitars that were like $4,000. And we're talking about like a solid luthier built guitar that's like good, versus this thing that is made in a flippin' factory. Like, I'm sure it's fine, but it's like, it's a factory guitar. Why would you buy this? But they make like 10,000 of these a year. Like, if you're gonna spend this kind of money, like, this is a handcrafted amount of money to spend. You'll find luthiers that'll sell their guitars for this. Crazy, dude. Made in China. Absurd that sticker is in your $3,500 guitar. Cordoba, made in China. Stick it onto the freaking Brazilian rosewood they made it out of. I'm just saying, I hope none of you ever buy these, unless you just don't care. Like, if you are rich and you just don't care, and you just want a guitar, like, add to cart now. Buy it now. If that's what you want, you don't want to, like, find a vendor or something, then fair enough. You know what you're getting into. But I'm telling you right now, this thing sucks. Okay, so that's why I don't like Cordoba. I also don't like them for their stupid little headstock thing that they insist on putting on all of their new guitars. They used to not do that. I learned classical guitar on a C7 that didn't have one of those. Now you can spend $2,200 on a C12 and it will have that symbol, that doofy little symbol on it, which is just like, you know, whatever. Everyone knows what you're playing when you see that on the headstock. Like, dude, if I was a scammer and I saw somebody playing a guitar that had that on the headstock, you'd be a target. Like, oh, this person wants to get scammed. They don't care. They don't look at their credit card statements every month. It'll be fine. I'll get away with anything I want. They're playing a Cordoba. God, we're 8 seconds into this video and I'm just yapping. I really don't understand why prog metal people insist on playing these, because they sound bad and their electric guitars sound so much better. They have like no control over the timbre of these things, and they like, you always know what you're listening to, and they all sound equally bad no matter what. I'm done yapping now. You know I don't like it. We're making fun of it. All right, let's go.
Design part of my creativity, but never like officially. At this point, it's like we're even being emulated by other companies. So
oh no way!
Yeah,
Where did you see?
Yeah, it's like a plague spreading across guitars. I don't know. And I should be happy because more people are getting nylon strings. You can learn Carcassi etudes on this, which is that's great. So if kids are buying these and then their teacher like makes them learn an etude, I'm happy with that. I just don't get why they're including it in their music. I don't know.
it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. So
Can we get an
Yeah,
ooh,
like he's strumming, you like can't hear anything.
an R from the audience, please? Ooh,
Hey,
ah.
whoa.
Now we're talking.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So Tosin, this has been
It does look sick. It kind of looks like a skeleton of some animal you'd find in the desert or something.
in the
I don't
works
know.
for a long time now, right?
Yeah. As these things go, especially when you
Yeah, dude, that guitar's been in the works for a long time. As the guitar was developing in the 1700s or whatever, it all culminated to this thing. It's been in the works for a while.
to get it right, you know, sometimes it a bit of back and forth, but we finally did it.
Yeah, man. Well, what was the spark that initially kind of prompted this design for a nylon string that's, well, pretty innovative?
Yeah. So in my band, Animals as Leaders, we have some compositions that use
Woo!
nylon string guitars, and I've used various different guitars on stage, but feedback is usually an issue with a metal drummer and like loud wedges. And if you want to play an acoustic instrument on stage, you need something that is kind of like designed to handle a lot of the resonance and volume on stage. So
Well, that would be the only reason why you would need that, right? My solution is just don't use any electric instruments whatsoever. In fact, get rid of all the instruments except for the guitar, and then just play a solo classical recital. But I don't think Tosin will accept that solution. So this is what you have to do instead. Fair enough. I mean, like, I can't really argue with that. You won't get feedback with this guitar. In fact, you won't get anything with this guitar. Certainly not resonance, certainly not good tone. Alright, I'm sorry, alright.
I was poking around and I went on, I was on Sweetwater and I saw the Cordoba Stage.
Oh, he was doing a little online shopping on Sweetwater. I've done that too. Getting their credit card, 4-year financing. Oh, yeah, it's very tempting. You could buy a whole studio on like Sweetwater, Musician's Friend, with their credit card and finance it for 4 years. And just pay like a $500 a month bill for the most insane studio. Well, it's like $500. It's like a car payment. It's fine. That'd be a $25,000 studio that you could get for like $500 a month. It's 0% interest, so it's like, seems worth it.
I heard some clips. I was like, wow, that sounds good. So I ordered one and I was impressed. So I toured with it.
To be Tosin. He was impressed by the Cordoba Stage. Let's take a look at that thing. Oh, shoot, dude. Front page of Cordoba. He's right there. Look at that. Yeah, that's the stage. With their dumb freaking symbol all over it. It looks terrible. I hate it. I'm tempted to get a sticker of that symbol and put it on my Michael Thames guitar just as a joke. That'd be really funny. I wonder if they sell those stickers. All right, I'm being super negative in this video. I'm sorry, everybody.
We actually approached them and we were like, hey, we have an idea, doing our own interpretation of the stage where basically hybridize the instrument for the electric player who has some nylon string needs. And then there were some things that you don't often find in a nylon string instrument, like upper fret axis. So our neck carve is like It basically retains the thinness of the neck all the way up into the body, and we've got 24 frets here. So on a classical guitar, once you get to the 12th fret, like good luck really playing much past that.
It just takes a little bit of practice. You can get used to it though. Yeah, no. So like, long story short, it's a guitar that's not for me, and it's for him, and that's why he likes it and I don't. I will say, this is something that I've heard from Tim Henson too when we watched his videos for his nylon string guitar that he made. It's that they actually had to go out and like draft a thing and send it to the company they're trying to get their guitar from, and that's how these signature guitars are getting made. Nothing is falling in their lap, and I feel like that's an important thing to just kind of remember about this, because we can look at people like Tosin and Tim Henson and be like, oh, he's so lucky, he gets a signature guitar, he gets his famous band and all that, but all of this stuff is the result of a lifetime of hard work, and it's just something to sort of recognize, you know? None of this falls in your lap, and even I'm guilty of that. I'm over here trying to get an Augustine sponsorship. Guess how many times I've reached out to Augustine? 0 times. I am not taking control of my life very well, and I should be more like them. I guess I'm just lazy. I'm just a regular person just hoping stuff will work out for me, but you know what? It's probably not until I actually like make a real effort for it. And that's the same thing for you too. Nothing's gonna fall in your lap, so never expect that. And if it does, you shouldn't even feel good about that, because what did you do? This isn't a result of your effort. Like, what? You know? So that's what I got for you on there. Sore Hands Motivation. What's up?
Thing, and then also doing a multi-scale.
I know multi-scales. G major, C major, F major. All right.
Some of our compositions are actually tuned down a full step.
A full step? More like a fool step. Okay. Whoa! All right.
On a classical is actually quite...
God, I'm an idiot. All right.
Short. Between the added string and the option to do like lower tunings, we went with like a 27-inch scale and terminates to 25.5 here. So it was kind of like...
He always has to noodle a little bit between. It's funny.
Classical guitar.
So your dream classical guitar is an electric guitar. All right, fair enough. Can't argue with that. What I would suggest is just keep playing electric guitar, because it sounds way better than this thing.
I would say this, there's almost a paternal quality to making an instrument for another musician, and then they create with it, because it's one thing to make music that people consume, it's another thing to make instruments that other musicians use to make their music, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if luthiers feel that way when they make guitars and then sell them, but instead of the classical guitarists who play them creating new stuff, they just play more Bach. Man, I'm really facilitating a lot of Bach playing right now. Feels good. I take a lot of pride in that.
Anyone got a question for Tosin?
How do I balance my time between... I have a very...
So how does he balance his time between animals as leaders and Abasi concepts and also working out? He looks freaking huge, dude. He looks like a football player up there.
I have a very efficient chief of operations who basically does everything. I'm like, paint it blue. And then he's like, all right.
Dude. Oh my God. That sounds amazing. I hate doing stuff. I hate doing stuff that isn't playing guitar and just talking crap. Like this part of it, I enjoy that. But every video you watch here is the result of hours and hours of editing, which I actually do enjoy that part too. But it does take a lot of time, dude. He's got the right idea.
There's times of peak, like you will have these, like for NAMM or something like that, there'll be a lot of intense demands on time. And then for the most part, you know, you can get things to a point where they are pretty well-oiled. Similar with animals as leaders, there's like moments of high intensity and then there's periods of downtime. So I just be like doom scrolling or whatever in between.
I'll do that too. Certainly not practicing. Is there anything else we want to get into here? Classical background? Ooh, gotta watch an ad. Crash. Crash. Crash! Aw.
What are you trying to say?
Never mind.
The curve
I thought that would go somewhere else. All right.
of the EQ of this guitar sounds great. So I'll use like a fractal or something and set up a pretty basic signal chain.
Yeah, dude. I'll use whenever I'm practicing, I'll put a fractal in that, and I'll freaking practice my Bach harder. And
We do a lot of this like thumping stuff.
all right, we got it. So I believe they're at NAMM right now. I imagine this is because they mentioned that this was posted like 2 weeks ago, and NAMM was 2 weeks ago or whatever. So I assume they're at NAMM. And you know what this is? This is a tale as old as time. It is somebody who started out as a musician and like, you know, it's animals as leaders. He's making music, all that stuff. He's still doing that. I'm not saying that. But he started as a guitarist, and what always happens is once you do it for long enough and you start getting older, you start sort of transforming from a guitarist in his bedroom, just being a loser, smoking weed and getting drunk all the time, and you change shape into a businessman. And now you make guitars and show up at NAMM and sell them, and you make business deals with Cordoba, because that's the life of a musician. It's not something that any of us picked. We never imagined anything like that. We all imagined just making music, but all roads do lead to that. One of these days, I'm gonna sell you some $500 Yamaha classical guitar, and I'm gonna be like, this is the best intermediate to advanced classical guitar you can get, and I make $100 off of everyone sold, and you should buy one for every member of your family. And that's it. Okay, wow, I feel like I'm being super negative in this one. I'm sorry about that. My real sentiments. I love Tosin Abasi. I love animals as leaders. I hate these kind of guitars for all the reasons that I mentioned, but mainly because they're different from what I'm used to, and they scare me. And that's really the takeaway that you should get from this. I am scared. I'm scared a lot. I'm scared of the world changing. I'm scared of learning new pieces. I just want to play my old pieces and just play them over and over again and never write anything new. That's what I do, because I am a classical guitarist. Alright, let's end this video. I feel like this was a terrible one. Was this a terrible video? I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm excited to compete again, and I'm kind of worried, because I feel like I played really well in the last competition, and I have this nagging voice that's like, that was a fluke. Like, the next one, you're gonna clam up like you always do, and you're gonna play like a little baby, and the video's gonna be awful, and it's just gonna be sad. It's just gonna be sad to watch the next competition log. But I don't know. I just have to not think about that, I guess. I kind of feel that right now those competition logs are just going to be really elevated and more sparse version of the practice log, where it's like we're doing random stuff and then I play for you, but I'm playing in like a super high pressure situation, and that's a practice log, you know? It's not just playing in front of the camera anymore. And then between doing that, just making reaction videos and stuff, and making videos that actually get views, because you guys love negativity and you guys just love terrible vibes, which I'm not complaining. I got plenty of terrible vibes and negativity, more than you could ever stomach, I'm sure. Anywho, I think we should go ahead and wrap this up, because I'm not talking about Tosin anymore. Of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support in the last vlog, too. I really appreciate it. It seems like a lot of you guys are really proud. And I'm proud, too, and I'm just ready to keep on getting better, and I hope you're getting better at guitar, too. I don't care what kind of guitar you play. You can play a Tosin Abasi nylon string. You can play a Tim Henson nylon string. Just, like, practice and have fun. Play for the people that you love. Spend your time learning excellent music, and then spend some of your time also trying to write music that emulates it, or make new stuff entirely. I don't care. Just be creative and have fun. And this is life right here. And this is all you get. So, enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Whoa.